It is springtime here in Montana. One great thing about springtime in gardening is you can start seeds indoors. You can get a head start on the season, and today that's what we are going to do. We're gonna make our own pots. I'm gonna be making them out of newspaper. We're gonna be making two separate pots, one requiring origami, one very fast and simple that is a little bit deeper. We are gonna start with a full sheet of paper, newspaper here. We're gonna fold it in half, fold it down in half again, so you end up with a square shape. We're gonna fold this in half. I like to do it right to left. Make sure this crease is very noticeable for you so you don't lose track of where you're at. We're gonna fold this right side down. If you remember your childhood, like making a paper airplane, we're gonna go down to this side as well, fold it down. We're gonna fold this bottom half, just a half, you still have the other half, all the way down to this area here, just the bottom of this. Fold this in half, fold it again in half, and hold it right there. We're gonna flip it, turn it over. This side, if you look at that where these two meet, that angle and this angle, you want to fold it right there. Straight out this way. You can use your center line to make sure this is parallel to each other. Fold it down. Same on this side. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Fold it down. Now we're going to bring the bottom and fold it in half just to the bottom of this here, just like that. Fold it, and then we'll fold it one more time. You're gonna end up with this shape. Now this can get a little tricky here. What you want to do is unfold this a little bit, bring it over, and tuck this piece behind these two flaps. You're gonna do your best to just bring it in there. Try not to fold anything or it makes it harder to get it in there. Like I said, it can be a little bit tricky. But just work it in there. And you just want to end up with something like that. You'll see that crease from the first fold. You just want to bring that down all the way to that crease. Now what you want to do, and this might be hard to see on the screen, is you want to put a crease right here. Doing that, you'll have to do something like this, kind of fold it, and then just put that crease there. You'll end up with that crease. I hope it's noticeable on your screen. You're going to fold this out. And that crease, what is going to help is you just want to push down in this area here. Fold this over, and this is going to be the bottom of your little pot, your seedling pot. As you can see, it's going to stick out a little bit, but once you put soil in there, it'll come up and stay close to the bottom. This is what the inside looks like. The only thing I would say to do here is just to make sure these corners give a little fold there so they stay up and they don't get all round. So there it is, guys. Here's the first pot. Pretty easy to make, pretty fast. If you just have a few seedlings, it's worth your time. You don't have to spend money on plastic pots. You can use these, degradable. You can just put them in the garden as soon as you're ready to transplant them outside. Okay guys, and on to number two pot for our seedlings. I'm gonna be using this water bottle. I hope you can see it. It's long, kind of skinny, I think it's gonna be a great size for something like pumpkins, corn, something that requires something a little bit deeper. And like I said, guys, this is a channel to learn together, so we'll see how these seedlings do. We are going to be using again another whole sheet of paper, newspaper, and you want to use the actual newspaper. You don't want to use those ads, the ones with the glossy finish on the paper. These are safe to use on your garden. So it's a full sheet. We're going to fold it in half. What I'm going to do here is actually I like to keep this side, the center of the page, not the ends, right on this side. And we're just gonna put this water bottle just like something like this. And you know what? I'm doing it wrong. We're gonna flip it this way. We're gonna go this route. The center of the paper on this side, the ends or the opening of the newspaper is gonna be on this other side here, as you can see. What you want to do is just roll this on your table, make sure that it's even or close to even. Continue folding or rolling your water bottle like I am, just like that. And then I would push this down a little bit, kind of just to this where the bottle end or the mouthpiece begins, something like that. You still end up with that there, a flap of around 2 inches. Maybe I push it down a little bit, have a little bit more. So with these papers, the folds meet. Just want to fold that there. Give it another fold right here, another one right here, and then the last fold. So it requires 4 folds, and just push hard on those. And this is your end product. So you'll end up with this flap similar to the little box zone that we made. This one is not going to stay down no matter what you do. What you can do, it's hard to do though, is put a little staple right here, but it's just not needed. I'm not going to use one. Once you put dirt in here and you set this down, it'll stay down, it'll stand up, it's not going to tip over. So we'll pull our water bottle out, just like that. Now what I'm going to give you guys is just dimensions, so you know what size these are. This one is about 9 inches deep. The opening at the top here, you could say that is 3 inches by 3 inches. Our little box origami seedling pod, and it's about 2 1/4 deep or tall. And I would think it's about anywhere from 2 3/4 ish by 2 3/4. So I like to use a whole sheet of newspaper, so these end up being a little bit more heavy duty. This will decompose over time in your garden once you place them in your garden. Also, these would probably, I would say they can last around 5 weeks in your house. After that, if you keep it pretty soaked with water, it can probably, roots can probably start poking out, but I would say probably around 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Well, there you have it, guys. I will have another video coming out with an update with the seedlings that I'm gonna be putting in here. I'm gonna be making a few more of these, have a few more seedlings. We're gonna be tracking their life this season, see how they do. We're gonna be comparing starting them indoors. Here, the last frost date, I believe, is somewhere middle of May, so we may be starting a little bit sooner than we should have. but it's been a wild winter. It's been pretty mild, pretty warm, so we're taking a chance here. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be comparing these potted on these seedling pots that we made today. Also, we're gonna be placing them right next to some seedlings that I'm just gonna be putting out straight into the garden